this is Cat's Diamond Painting. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've joined me here before. Apologies for the slightly unorthodox view. I was trying to show you the big box of kits that I have here. Yeah, and it turns out I can't get my camera far enough away, so you can just see this really zoomed in messy view. But yeah, I am here to unbox the kits that I bought for Diamond Art Club's anniversary sale. So it was the 31st of May this year, and I believe it was their 7th year of trading that they were celebrating. And once again, as they have done a few occasions in the past, not every year, but I think it's been like 3 or so years that they've done this now, they brought out 50 new kits with a lovely discount code. Yeah, and they got me good this year. They really got me good. I have got 6 new kits in here. I did not need to buy 6 new kits, and yet somehow I have bought 6 new kits. In my defense, I didn't quite get all the ones that I wanted first thing in the morning. So I was on holiday in France in this French campsite, and I just had really poor reception. So the release time for VIP release was going to be at 6 AM, and I just knew there was no point in setting an alarm for 6 AM on the last day of my holiday, because I would have to get up, get clothes on, leave the caravan, and like walk way up to the reception area. And I was just like, no, I don't want to do that. I'm not an early riser. I did not want to start my day at 6 o'clock by waking myself up so thoroughly. So I just looked when I woke up a little while later, and a couple of the kits I really wanted were out of stock. So what I did was I picked up some of the other kits that I wanted, and then I got a couple that were maybe lower down on my list of priorities. And what I did then was I deluded myself that I would stop there and not come back for more at general release. And you can guess where this went. General release came around, and I found myself fighting to get reception to get the last 2 kits that I really wanted. So yeah, silly cat. But the long shot is I have 6 kits to show you here. So this isn't going to be like a really in-depth unboxing. I'm definitely not going to be boxing kits. I do not work in the factory. This is not going to be a really This is not going to be a really in-depth unboxing. I'm pretty much just going to open all these up, look at the canvases, check my treasure quest cards, you know, peer at the drills through the packaging and look for anything particularly interesting about them. But yeah, I don't want to be here all day. I don't want to keep you here all day, so that is what I'm going to do. Okay, let me move this off the table, and then I'll show you what I've got here. That was heavy. They came this Monday, just gone by the way, which I believe was the 9th of June. So yeah, there was a little delay with them shipping. I've seen a few people who are still waiting for theirs to ship. I reckon some of the kits didn't come into stock until later, so that might be why some people are still waiting. But anyway, let me move the bubble wrap and show you what I got. So first up, because I'm just taking these out in the order that they're in the box, is the only kit that I got that wasn't actually an anniversary release. This is A Stream of Beauty by Deborah Malcolm. It is a round diamond kit, 55.6 centimeters squared. And it came out a few weeks ago, and just when I was browsing, I saw this and I thought, yeah, I really like that. I'm going to add that to the pile because there was a 25% off discount code. And then here's one of the ones that I really wanted that was still in stock when I came to make my purchase. Sorry, I'm trying to avoid the patch of glare. It's not going to be avoidable the whole time, but I will do my best. So this is Before the Stroll, also by Deborah Malcolm. So as you can see, this is an artist that I do really enjoy the work of. This is 73.8 by 50.6 centimeters. And I did an evening stroll a little while ago, and I've only just realized these are probably part of a series, aren't they? So that was also elephants in this kind of view, and it was like well, it was evening lighting, you know, the sunset going down. So I guess this is earlier on in the day, and yeah, I really like that. Also, you can't see on here, but in the preview picture, it looks almost neon colors here, and I love that. So let's put that there. Next up, there were a couple of Richard Lorenz's, so you know that I was after those. So this is Raymon, and I think if everything had gone to plan, I probably would have bought just the other Richard Lorenz, the one that sold out quickly in early release. And this would have been lower on my list of priorities and one that I maybe would have wish listed to pick up another time. This is definitely one that jumped into my basket when I couldn't get all my first choices. So he's really adorable, but yeah, I don't know. That said, I do really like the Queen of Hearts card on this one. The detail of that I think is fabulous. So this is 50.6 by 76 centimeters, another round. For the first time ever on one of these releases, I have mostly bought round paintings because I think about half of the releases were rounds, but it just felt like a lot of the ones I wanted were. Then I have Window to the Sea by Mickey Senkarik. Another round, as you can see. This is 55.6 centimeters squared again. So a few of these are actually in the medium sort of size category, which I love. This one's really pretty. I kind of thought this one might be rendered in squares. I think it's maybe because they've had another few by this artist before that have been square drills. So I think with this one, the render isn't going to be possibly quite as crisp as it could have been at this size. Although, you know, Diamond Art Club aren't going to render it too small to bring it out well. But it is going to have that super sparkly shine of round diamonds. So yeah, I'm quite happy about that actually. And I do really enjoy Diamond Art Club rounds again. I went through a phase where for my multi-placing technique, they were not lining up as well on the grids. And then at some point they tightened the grid, and I don't think I realized they'd done that for ages. But then I did one, I was like, oh, hang on, this is a completely different experience again. So now I'm happy to buy rounds again. And then, so those are the 4 that I bought in the morning. And I also picked up, where's it gone? Another copy of The Lavender Witch for a friend who I knew she wanted it. So I need to send that on to her. This one I'm showing you just now because I did have the sneak peek for this kit. I was very fortunate to be sent this by Diamond Art Club. So if you want to see a full unboxing of this kit, you can scroll down my channel contents list a little bit and find this one. But yeah, this one is going to my friend. Okay, so then 6 p.m. rolls round, I think it was, in France. And yeah, I couldn't resist. So I went back and I got that bird, my only square kit of this haul, which is another Richard Lorenz. Anyone who's followed my channel for a while knows I'm an absolute sucker for Richard Lorenz kits. I don't buy all of them, but I do buy a lot of them. And I actually bought another one this weekend just gone, which arrived this morning, and I'm so excited for that. That one I hope to work on in the next few months. But anyway, that's for another video. So this is 55.8 by 70.7 centimeters. And it's a pretty typical Lorenz feel kit. It's got a pretty neutral background and then just fun, crazy birds in the foreground. And I love these. I love the images because they're super fun and a bit abstract and quirky. And I also just always find them really satisfying to work on. And then the last kit that I bought was the other release by Lyra, the Lavender Witch. So there was the Lavender Witch in summer one that I did the sneak peek for. And then this was shown as well. And I just loved this. This is the Three Sisters, 55.6 by 78.7 centimeters. Another round kit, and it's the colours in this. I'm not like, witches aren't like a theme I particularly go for. I also clearly have nothing against them. So it's not that I was just going for all the witchy paintings. It's more that I love the colours in this one, and just those sort of soft pastel shades all merging into each other. And then I do love a bit of contrast, so the silhouette-y effects. They're not pure silhouettes, there are some colours in their dresses, but the dark silhouette effect of the witches walking into this lovely colourful sky. So yeah, that is my haul. What am I doing? I don't even have anywhere to put all these, truth be told. I seriously need to do a big de-stash. I've got a few kits earmarked where I'm just like, yeah, I'm not realistically going to get around to that, particularly recently because I've not even been doing much diamond painting. But I'm getting back into it now after a bit of a lull. Anyways, okay, I'm just going to work through these. I'm going to work through them one by one. I'm not sure. I think I'll open this, but I'll probably leave that to last because it's not actually an anniversary release. So we'll just go through them in this order. Yeah, I'll come back to you in a moment. So the Three Sisters. And this has, oh my gosh, I forgot that. This has 89 colours. I am so rubbish at predicting that. I look at a painting and I know I was talking about all the colours in it, but still, do you know what? I think it's because places have changed. Like Diamond Art Club in particular has changed. They used to say that, you know, they really didn't like to render with that many colours because I think it added expense and I don't know what changed. But anyway, that reluctance to render with a lot of colours has changed. And now this is pretty common. So there's 2 Aurora Borealis drills and 3 fairy dust diamonds, and it's a little under 58,000 diamonds. So let's take a look. Okay, so toolkit. I'm not going to take you through this just because it hasn't changed in a little while. God, what is going on with me this afternoon? This is already feeling quite chaotic. But yeah, I've done lots of unboxings where I have shown you the toolkit, either of kits I bought myself or more particularly with sneak peeks for Diamond Art Club. So if you want to see me going through this, go check out a recent sneak peek where I will have gone through that in full. But yeah, time is of the essence. I don't have that long till people start to come home. So let's take a look first of all at my Treasure Quest card. Here it is. It's a bronze. Fully expecting all 6 to be bronzes because that tends to be the way it goes. And there are all the colours. Oh my goodness, this one is so beautiful. I did hear people saying, by the way, actually it was on the Summer Witch one. What was it called? The Lavender Witch in Summer that I sneak peeked. And I know there were a few people commenting on Diamond Art Club's preview and on my video who maybe aren't so fond of witches, and they were talking about adjusting the hat to be more of a sun hat. So I guess that is an option. Maybe less so for this one because their dresses are also a bit witchy. Anyway, like I say, I love it how it is and I'm going to be doing it how it is. But I appreciate that people have different tastes. So 2 ABs and 3 fairy dust. All look to be in quite muted colours there at the end, and you know, your sort of typical white ABs. And yeah, it's a really colourful bright colour palette, but it's not like super bright. It's all slightly muted tones, and that's really pretty. Keeping all my Treasure Quest cards aside. They'll go in my card wallet that I got for this purpose. And let's take a look. I must have that Friday feeling. I keep going to burst into song and reminding myself I'm filming, and I do not want to do that. So yeah, actually quite dark overall when you look at the colour palette. I always like to do this and just kind of get the gist of it, to get the idea, you know, what am I going to be working with the most. So most of this is going to be darker shades, but of course you can see all those pops of colour. I reckon there's going to be a lot of bags that are quite small and they just represent like a part of the sky and not a lot else, because there's so many different colours in the sky. So yeah, that is my prediction for those. The other reason why I'm not going to go through all of these in detail is there should be sneak peeks for all of these. I think that all of the anniversary kits had sneak peeks, so you can look them up on YouTube and find out who had the sneak peek as well, and go and support other creators if you want to see like the really full rundown of any of these. Running out of space. Okay, so I'm just gonna roll it back on itself, get it nice and flat. Okay. Oh, I love it. Oh, I am really glad I went back and got this one. I tried to convince myself not to. So I was like, you can wish list them, you can pick them up another time. But the 25% off was just so appealing. It does make a difference, you know. There is the top. And yeah, all those different colours in the sky. Oh, I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Lots of small areas of colour blocking in the sky as well. So even though I'm not as good with multi-place or rounds as I am with squares and can only do maybe 5 or 6, that will still whiz by fairly quickly. And then actually, for a painting with 89 colours in a medium size, I mean, there's a fair few areas of blocking. I must be missing a lot of confetti somewhere because like the maths doesn't maths otherwise. I guess there are little scrappy bits. I reckon if I were to unroll that bag of drills, you would find lots and lots of colours that only have a few drills. That is my prediction, which I will not be proving because I'm not unravelling the drills. But I love this one. I think this is going to be stunning. The white AB I see is going to be speckled through the sky for stars, which is a kind of common usage that makes sense. And then I'm seeing there's a little bit of that other AB and it's also here, so that's kind of in different places. And then the fairy dust drills, they're kind of scattered around. Like I see the green one in various patches down here. I see the sort of corally one maybe in this dress and this dress. So that's cool that the dresses are a bit highlighted. And then this peachy one as well. Where is that? I wonder if that's up in the sky. Yeah, I think... Nope, that was a different symbol. Oh, here is some of it. Okay, so it's around where the sun's kind of glowing for, I guess, sunset. So yeah, absolutely gorgeous. I love it, love it, love it. Right, I've been waffling for a fair bit considering I said I was going to be quick about this. So this one is going away now and I will come back to you with the next kit. Right, one kit down, 98 to go, or so it feels. I actually can't believe I ended up with 6. I mean, I think I did go a bit worse than this on Black Friday, but generally I have more self-restraint. Apparently it's melting away as I move further into middle age. So this is That Bird by Richard Lorenz. It has 62 colours, which includes 3 Aurora Borealis drills and 4 fairy dust diamonds. And it's got about 63,500 diamonds. I always find that stat fascinating because this is the same size pretty much as the one I just showed you. Yeah, pretty close. If anything, the Three Sisters is actually a few centimetres longer. Yeah, and this has got about 5,000 more drills because square drills just take up more room. No, they take up less room. So yeah, same size painting, you get a lot more drills to cover it. Oh, that is stuck. Oh no. Why is that so wedged? Look, I've broken the tray trying to get it out. And I've just realised I forgot to put the toolkit away in the Three Sisters. I'll need to do that in a minute. Okay. Here is my stickers. And here is my bronze card. Isn't this adorable? Oh, I love them. Oh, just checking it's in focus. My camera loves to focus on the wrong things. It's extremely irritating. I would like to replace it, but I can't really justify the cost at the moment. Anyways, so here are the 2 ABs are a green and an orange. No, the 3 ABs, because there's a white one. And then 4 fairy dust are purple, red, yellow, and blue. And there's some lovely colours in there. This is what's always so fun about Richard Lorenz kits for me, is you have this background which can often be quite neutral, often has a fair amount of colour blocking, goes quite quick, and then you have the crazy bird detail in the middle. That might have a bit of confetti and it'll have bright colours. So it's just, when you work on your kit in rows like I do, it feels like it's always changing what sort of thing you're working on. So that's what I meant before when I said I just find them really fun to work on. They are perfectly suited to diamond painting. And the artist has actually embraced the diamond painting success of his artwork so much that he makes paintings specifically for diamond paintings now, which is fun. Okay, so there you see, just as I thought, a very kind of neutral, earthy toned, predominant colour palette here. And then there's just some pops of colour, like I see some like neon-y colours in there. Reds and oranges. It's not one of the brightest ones. I liked this one because they had particularly quirky expressions, but there are others that have maybe brighter details in the centre. So yeah, I really feel like I need to work on a Richard Lorenz soon. It's been a little while. But as I think I said before, I bought the one that came out last weekend, and I think I might work on that soon because I love it. Okay, here it is. Oh yeah, it's really quite dark when you look at it overall, isn't it? But you kind of see what I mean. There is some blocking around the outside, not loads, but a fair bit. It's not one of the blockiest ones. It's a little more broken up than some of them are. So there's a lot of grey, neutrally toned bits in the background there. But then look at the crazy birds. It's called That Bird, so I wonder which one. Because it is 4 birds in it. So which one's that bird? I don't know. Maybe this one who's looking a bit fed up. But yeah. As ever, they are super adorable. I just can't get enough of these birds. I know a lot of people are the same. They are very popular whenever they come out. So yeah, that is that bird. What was I going to say? Oh, I'm not really sure. I see where the white AB goes pretty easily. I'm guessing the orangey AB, that's, yeah, accenting the feathers on this one a lot, and it's a little bit in the eye sections. The green AB, I also see here in this bird's eyes, which have green sections in. Not a lot of it. The fairy dustrills, oh, harder to spot. Harder to spot. Well, here's the red fairy dustrill. There's lots of that in this bird. And the yellow one again is coming in the eye sections a fair bit. The blue one I see down here in these feathers slash talons. Yeah, they're actually the bird's talons, aren't they? But yeah, the purple one is eluding me. Oh, there's a tiny bit up here. Maybe that's all there is. This is the downside to not unraveling the drills. I have no context for how many there might be of any of them. A little bit down here as well. But as I said earlier, I assume that there will be a sneak peek for this kit out there. So you can watch that if you want to see a more in-depth unboxing. Cracking on. Okay, next up we have Window to the Sea by Mickey Senkerik. I don't think I have any others by this artist. I think I did have a mystery kit from them at one point, and then I decided not to do that. I don't know why. Sometimes I destash kits and I'm like, why did I do that? Because now I can't get it back. I think I have to be ruthless sometimes because, yeah, I've got too many kits. Anyways, now I have this one. And it has 76 colours, despite the fact it's a reasonably small painting because it's only got about 41,000 drills. 2 Aurora Borealis and 3 Fairy Dust Diamonds. This one I saw that Michaela Renee had the sneak peek. So yeah, if you want to watch a really detailed unboxing of this one, she is the person to check out. What did I get? Where's my bronze card? Here's my bronze card. I have been lucky enough to get a few of all of them, but yeah, I haven't had any other coloured ones in a long time. I think I have 2 black cards, 1 gold card, and maybe a handful of silver cards. So yeah. Yeah, there are a lot of details in this for a fairly small round kit. But it's interesting that they've managed to render this way. And I mean, it does look fab in the rendering picture. I definitely think maybe some of the crispness of details has been sacrificed to give that shiny round effect. But I'm not complaining, because I like having smaller kits in my stash now and again. Lots of bright colours actually. This is probably one of the more brightly coloured ones I've looked at so far. We have 2 ABs, which are an orange and a blue, and 3 fairy dust, which are a red, a pink and a kind of teal colour, and ecru, which sometimes people think is a special drill. It's not, it's a normal drill colour. I can't remember, and I know people have explained this to me in the comments before, and I was about to give you an explanation of why it's called ecru. It's something to do with the MC threads and the way that they originally did these things. But yeah, anyway, will that work as an explanation? No, thought not. But there we have that. And, oh, we can't get in. These are stuck down really tight today. I'm going to just tear. Here's my colours. That does feel like a really nice light pack of drills. Yeah, lots of lovely blue shades in this one for the sky, and then loads of pinky reddy colours as well for the flowers. It's going to be really pretty. And you can see through the back just how sparkly these drills are. I do love the effect of Diamond Art Club brand drills. Let's take a peek. Here it is. Oh, it's so nice and petite. It's really, really refreshing actually to have a landscape type image that isn't huge. I love landscapes, and I really have to limit myself on how many I buy, because they tend to be the absolutely huge, big and beastie kits. And then I just don't get around to them because I don't often start the really big ones in my collection, because I know they're going to take me ages. It's silly, because I should just start them anyway and I'd get them done eventually, but I have like a weird mental block around it. Anyway, love this sunflower section. That is beautiful. Love the different blues, the sort of the brighter blues of the sea going into the more faded grey blues of the sky. And all of these flowers, like, they're not as confetti filled as you might think. I guess that's where they've kind of sacrificed a little of the definition. But no, what am I talking about? Because Diamond Art Club doesn't really do that. And actually, when you look at the picture, they are more kind of, like, I don't know what art effect this would be. Would it be like a watercolour kind of effect? But they are more splodges, you know, they haven't been done in great detail in the artwork. I love all the different colour flowers. And you've got some neutral tones for all the stonework around here. This one's going to be gorgeous. Oh, yeah, really happy I picked this one up. Those special drills, let's see. Lots of orange ABs in these flowers and these flowers over here. Then the blue of the AB, oh, that's here. That makes sense, doesn't it? Like kind of where the sky meets the sea, I'm guessing that is. No, it's not actually. It's all part of the sea. It's a part of the sea that's got more light shining on it. So yeah, that works very well. And then the fairy dust drills, let's see. Yeah, that's some of them in here as well, and also over here. And I'm guessing, I don't actually see them around that section. That's slightly different tones. The pink fairy dust drill, though, I do see amongst the flowers. And what is that? Because it's hidden. It's like two T's on each other. Is that in the water? No, that is actually amongst the flowers as well. That's part of the greenery of the flowers. And I'm not too sure I see that anywhere else. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. Okay, let's put this one away and I'll come back to you with the next one. Here we go with kit number 4. This is Raymon, my other Richard Lorenz. And he is pretty cute, to be honest. I think the only reason why he was lower down on my list of priorities to pick up was because there were 2 and I felt like I should ideally choose between them. This one's rounds and I do still prefer squares. Despite what I was saying earlier about, you know, really enjoying rounds. I do enjoy DAC rounds, but I prefer squares. And there are a lot of dark colours in this one. There's not as much kind of bright colour, dark colour contrast. But he is very sweet. So, 53 colours, including 2 Aurora Borealis diamonds and 5 fairy dust diamonds. And there's a little under 51,000 drills, because this is 50.6 by 76 centimetres. What do we get this time? It's a bronze. They really are by far the most common. So he is, and yeah, I do think he's rather adorable. And like I said, the detail in this card I very much enjoy. Here are the drills. So yeah, only 53 colours on this one. I think that's the least I've had, isn't it? And there are quite a few neutral tones. I love ABs that are on a brown base because they have like a pinky tone and they're really pretty. And then loads of fairy dust drills, including a white in that rather than AB, as it often is. Yeah, lots of really dark neutral tones. Let's have a look. There you go. I mean, I do see the purples and blues popping out, but definitely predominantly a dark neutral colour palette. Not the most exciting colour palette, but a super adorable bird. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do with the colours to get to the cute finished piece. Okay. Ooh, the colour blocking is here in this one. Look at all this down here. I'm guessing that's black. Yeah, that white dot on a black background is typically 310 and it is here. And there's quite a lot of colour blocking everywhere really in the background. The only really detailed section is the card. And there's probably going to be other small snippets of it. But actually this looks like a pretty quick to work on piece. I don't really see any heavy confetti. They have managed to get the writing in, I believe, and you can read that pretty clearly even before drills are placed, which is a good sign for how it will be once they are placed. Yeah, I really like the blues mixed in with the neutrals in the background. That's a cool effect. Purple bubble, that's the other thing you often see in the background. There's kind of these themes that come through his work. And his hat is absolutely adorable. Purple and orange, it's almost like Halloween-y colours. I guess he's like a raven or something, is he? That would make sense for going with the cards, and I don't know. In my head that makes sense. I'm not sure if that's actually a link. But yeah, no, you know what? He may not have been my top priority to pick up, but I'm glad I have him. In terms of where the special drills go, the AB, the yellowy AB I see on the rim of his hat and then going through here, which makes sense that you're obviously going to be accenting this piece. The other AB, is that also in here? No, I don't think so. So where is that hiding? Somewhere else in him? Where are you hiding? Oh, I see it here in this bubble. Maybe a little bit over there as well. let's just assume there's not too much of that one. And then the fairy dust drills, that is here. Oh, the writing is in that kind of beige fairy dust drill. Not too much else in that tone. There's a little bit down here. The red fairy dust drill has got to be, yeah, that is through the Queen of Hearts card. Sorry, I've just realised she's hidden under a patch of glare. But all the red in that is that red fairy dust colour. And then there's an orangey fairy dust drill, which is in this quite a bit. There's a blue fairy dust drill, which is quite heavily sprinkled through this background. And there was a white fairy dust, which is the bubble, and then also on the card. So the card is like mostly special drills, I would say. And then also on his beak and a tiny bit in his eyes. So yeah, there's quite a lot of special drill action in this one. And that's good, you know, that's like a good break from the neutral tones, is to have them a bit extra sparkly. So yeah, I actually really like Raymon. He is a cutie. And this is going to be fun. I might actually break the habit of a lifetime and leave this to last, rather than just going up in rows. I don't know. Actually, that might not be very easy to do on my easel, but I feel like it would be fun to do the detail of this last. I'll have to see if I can figure out a way to make that work on my easel. So that is Raymon. Moving on. And then to finish up, we have the 2 Deborah Malcolm. So this is my last anniversary purchase. Oh, and that's already ripped open for me. So I'll just, oops. I thought I'd gouge the box then, but I don't think I did. Okay, made a bit of a meal of that one. 50 colours in this one. I feel like that's pretty typical for Deborah Malcolm kits, that they don't have loads of colours. I'm not sure why, maybe because they're often quite simple designs. They're more like about striking colours and silhouettes. 2 Aurora Borealis diamonds, 3 fairy dust diamonds, and just a little under 50,000 drills. So how's that? So this is 73.8 by 50.6. That doesn't seem an awful lot smaller than the other ones, and yet the drill count feels a lot lower. Maybe I'm misremembering things, but yeah, interesting. Here we are. What have I got this time? It is a bronze. And how fun is this? Oh, you know me and bright colours and silhouettes and just, yeah. I remember really enjoying an evening stroll when I worked on it, even though it had a lot of repeating colours, and that tends to get me a bit bored, but I don't remember getting bored with it at all. And this one's, if anything, a little more varied, so I have high hopes for really enjoying this one. Oh, some of my stickers have tried to come away, but they haven't quite managed it. But they are kind of being aerated at the back, so I'm not sure by the time I get onto this one if they'll still be sticky. They might need taping down, but that's okay. So I've got my 2 ABs there and my 3 fairy dust. And yeah, out of all of them, this is by far the one with the brightest colour palette, isn't it? And a real rainbow of drills going on here. I think we have got a little bit of something, of everything from the rainbow, and then more besides, which I love to see it. Oops, can't get in. Dropping them in my excitement. Look at those colours, guys. Big old bag of 666 there, which is just such a fun bright red colour to work with. Loads of teals and greens, which I guess makes sense thinking about the artwork, that there would be a lot of those. I think I've just fixated on the really bright stuff in the middle, but that isn't actually the majority of the artwork. But there's your pinks and reds that are going to be going into that central section. And yeah, really bright and fun. I see an AB there and one in there actually. Gorgeous colour palette. Okay. have... Oh, that's interesting. So this one has the perforated lines. So it's got the perforated cover, but it doesn't actually have lines, which... It's been a few months since they've been doing the lines, so I'm not sure why this one doesn't. But there you go. Oh, and you can actually just about see the whole thing, which has surprised me. So yeah, there it is. Again, quite a lot of colour blocking in this one. There are some scrappy bits along here, and I bet the trees will have some confetti, because they always do. Even if you look at them and don't really see it, they always do. Trees are tricksy like that in diamond paintings. But yeah, loads of blocking, loads of bits that will go a bit faster. Look at this. Look at this sun. Love the kind of clashing effect of the pink and red. And then that's going to glow around the edges, isn't it? And then you've got the silhouettes there. Some of the trees are also silhouetted. I don't know why. I guess I guess they're just sort of further back on the landscape. And then you also have reflection in the water, which again, that's something I really, really enjoy. So yeah, this is really cool. Special drills. Let's see. I see a little bit of that green AB along here. Oh, and in the tree up there as well. So it's going to be drawing your attention to the trees a little bit as well. And then the white AB is here in the reflected image in the water, which makes sense. I'm sort of looking in my viewfinder. I can see it even more clearly, how that works really well. And then there's a yellow fairy dust, which again is in the trees. And then it's also at this far edge of the sun, which, yeah, makes sense. There is a brownie one, and that seems to be a little bit in these branches, and more so on that side, because I guess that's where there's more of the light glowing. And then the Y symbol for a pink fairy dust, is that in here? Oh, it's around this edge. I don't think there's really any other pink, so that's got to be it pretty much. It's like one rogue symbol of it there. So yeah, gorgeous. I don't know why this doesn't have the lines on though. That surprised me. I personally, if it doesn't have the lines marked out, I tend to go back to just using like release paper, which I do like row by row with a buffer row, because before they started marking out the lines, I just found it a little hard to use the perforations, just because I couldn't see where they were, you know, what was the parameters of the section I was working in. But yeah, I wonder if this one got produced a while ago and just hasn't been released until now. Anyway, pointless conjecture, but a very, very pretty kit. Let's put this one away and get on to my last kit I'm going to show you. I don't know if you caught that at the end of that last clip. My Alexa started talking and telling me something about 61% chance of rain, I think. I didn't even capture the details because she gave me such a shock, because I'm alone in the house, so there's not supposed to be any other voices here. Yeah, no idea what happened there. Right, so in this one we've got 58 colours, including one Aurora Borealis and 4 fairy dust diamonds, and this has got a little under 41,000 drills. So another really nice, I mean, I wouldn't go so far as to say snack size, because one this big will still take me a couple of weeks, but it's definitely a smaller project than many of the ones in my stash. As I said before, this is the only one that wasn't an anniversary release, but it was still in stock. It came out a little while ago now. My friend Courtney at Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend did the sneak peek for this, if I remember correctly. So check that out if you want to see a more in-depth unboxing of this one. And in this one I have got, oh look, it's a bronze card. I sound really snarky. Honestly, I don't mind. The cards are an added extra. I love collecting them anyway. I do live in hope that one day I might be able to claim a custom kit. But equally, if that never happens, then, you know, I'm still having fun along the way. So here is the artwork. Very, very Deborah Malcolmish, this one, with those kind of long brushes of colour. Yeah, really pretty. And here are the stickers. So there's 1AB for fairy dust. And yeah, just a really nice bright range of colours actually. Lots of blues, darkish blues and purples and blends of the two, like loads of those colours. So there's obviously going to be a lot of shading of those in here. And then some brighter colours popping out. I like. And can I get in? I'm already thinking ahead to where I'm going to put all these. Oh, sorry, that was Amazon knocking at the door. Yeah, I'm already thinking ahead to where I'm going to put these, and I'm not coming up with many ideas. I think I might need to add them to some bags in the loft, which is a pain because then I can't get at them unless my husband's around. But yeah, I'll figure something out. So yeah, there are the colours. So lots of variety of colours in a sort of darker tone, not like super bright, which is very much in keeping with the artwork, I think. Can I see any? Oh look, there's a fairy dust drill. A really, really pretty one actually. Gorgeous. And like, see, this one definitely came out longer ago than the one I just unboxed. And this one has the lines, so yeah, that's funny. Here it is. A little bit crumpled still, but that's okay. Oh, I really like this actually. This was another one that kind of jumped into my cart that I wasn't setting out to buy because it was on one of the anniversary releases that I probably wouldn't have bought if I'd have been able to get my original, you know, the two that I went back for later in my first purchase. But at the time I was like, oh, well, I want to make the most of the code. This is going to be my only purchase of the day. Yeah, so I popped it in because it was on my wish list, and I really fancied it when it came out, but I think the week it came out, it was the only release that I wanted, and it was on the smaller side, which means it wouldn't have got me to the free shipping limit, so I wish listed it, basically. So it's not that I didn't want it, or that I wasn't bothered by it, I just, yeah. Anyways, I am very happy that I now have it in my possession. This one, I think, is probably, out of all the ones I've shown you, one of the ones with the most confetti, which is kind of surprising to me. But this section down here and then the same on this side, that is like, what's the word? I want to say messy, but that sounds negative, and I don't mean it in a negative way. I just mean there's a lot going on. Because the artwork is very much like splodges of paint and colour in a quite abstract-y style, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, it's all like plant life and stuff on the sides of the image, isn't it? And then you have the stream coming this way. And that's a little less confetti-ish, but still a fair bit. And just a rainbow of colours. And then you have the mountains, which there's a lot of kind of texture going into those. I see a lot of black, but there are a lot of other dark colours mixed in there as well. So it's not just going to be big black splodges or silhouettes in this case. And then the sky is beautiful. That's going to be lots of line blocking. That bit shouldn't take too long. And then the moon up there is really pretty as well. So what were the special drills for this one? There was that 1AB Y symbol, which is there in the sky, and it's in this section and this section, because obviously you've got the sun shining down on the stream. And then the red fairy dust I see here and here and here and a little bit up there. That is 666, by the way, one of my favourite colours that I mentioned earlier. And then I see quite a lot of the green fairy dust. That's this like dash symbol, a thickened dash symbol. So that's kind of everywhere. There's a little bit of that in the sky as well. There's a purple one, which I see all going through this purple line here, and then a bit more down here. And probably in the sky. Yeah, I see some up there. And then there is that teal one that I saw that I really like. And that was quite a big bag. So as you can imagine, that is scattered around a lot of these places too. And also there's quite a bit of that one in the sky. So yeah, I'm happy about that because that's another of my favourite colours. So yeah, really happy I picked this one up actually. I'm glad that I've got it. And I think, no, I was going to say I think these are the only 2 Deborah Malcolms I have at the moment, but that's not true. I have a Mother's Love that I picked up on Black Friday a couple of years ago, and that's one that's like constantly near the top of my list of ones to work on, and then I'm not quite getting around to it. So hopefully I will get round to one of these soon because it's been a while since I've done a Deborah Malcolm. Okay, let me get this put away. So there you have my anniversary haul, or should I say anniversary splurge. I've left little bits all over the table somehow. I'm not sure what they came off. But yeah, I think I've got some absolute beauties here. I'm really happy. And I am glad that I went back and got these 2. Let's face it, like this one is stunning. This one is so much fun and just had to be part of my Lorenz collection. So yeah, I mean, it was a valiant effort to pretend to myself that I was going to have some self-restraint, but no one believed that, right? Because I'm really glad that I got all of these at the end of the day. There's none of these that I'm looking at and thinking, nah, I shouldn't have bought that. I just think there were a lot of kits I really liked in this release. Really surprised that I got so many rounds because normally I would put a limit on that for myself. But as I said, I know that I am enjoying rounds again. So I'm just trying to be led by the kit and the artwork more than the drill type again. Yeah, so there you go. That is what I got on DAC's anniversary sale. How about you? Put some comments in and make me feel better about myself. Tell me that you splurged too. Or tell me that you had a lot more self-restraint and did yourself proud. But yeah, I'd love to hear from you and see what you got in the sale as well. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Sorry it was slightly chaotic at times. I've obviously got that Friday feeling. If you have enjoyed the video, please consider dropping a like on it. And if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, I'd love to have you stick around. So please consider doing that too. And I will hopefully see you again soon. Bye bye.